Hello there.
Hello.
I'm Egil, and this is
Bragi.
And what are we doing today then?
Top of the morning to you.
All right.
What we're doing today? Comments reading.
Ooh.
We've not done this for a while.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can imagine there's quite a few people asking why we haven't answered them. Well, his life goes on, and there's various problems, but
let me just explain something about the editing, because recently I've been editing videos a lot more fully. It means I'd actually start the beginning of the video and I'll watch the whole video and keep going back and getting rid of the sounds we don't want. And I think that's had an effect where it's slowed down my editing.
Well, also your personal life and everything.
Well, of course,
else.
so you've got to have a life.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't live YouTube. You know, what should we love being YouTubers. But, hashtag YouTube.
Tubers makes us sound like potatoes.
That's what you are. You're a YouTuber.
I'm a tuber.
Tuber.
King Edward Potato. Okay.
So, let's get on with the comments straight away. We've got a comment here from Pernilla.
Hi, Pernilla.
So, good story. I'm glad to see you back again, Egil.
Cheers.
Nice to see you, Egil.
Yeah, good to be back.
Oh, it's always...
Yeah.
We don't often... If we ever slow down when we're putting out videos, it's simply because we're not filming. And when we don't film, I tend to slow down so we don't start losing content. And
so whereabouts is Pernilla?
Sweden.
Sweden. A nice one.
We'll give that a heart and a like, and I'll reply later. Now, I have a comment here in the same video, and this is a Celtic story, The Children of Lear. Or Lear, however you want to pronounce that.
Yeah.
And this is from Eirik, our Viking brother, Rickardson.
Hi, Eirik.
Hello there. And amazing tale, as always, told sublimely.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
much
yes.
Appreciated.
I'd just like to say thanks to Eric for being a great support to us and to me.
Yeah.
And he's a good friend.
Yeah.
You're all good friends.
Yeah.
So, we have a new comment here from a new commenter.
And who's that?
This is somebody called James Smith.
Hi, James. Jane?
James.
James Smith. And where's James from?
Not sure. They don't tell you on YouTube where they're from.
Well, it's nice to hear from you anyway, James.
Unless you actually click on their page and go like the about page. We're not doing that.
Okay, so the comment.
Great story, and I feel like you don't get this enough, so thanks for the hard work.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Much appreciated.
It is much appreciated. I'd like to say welcome to the channel.
And we like to hear from you every time.
Give that a heart and a thumbs up. You have to do that in every video, Egil. Okay. And every comment, even the bad ones.
Well,
we don't get many of them, thankfully. So, this is a folk tale from you I put out last week. And this is new clothes for the Tomte, a Swedish folk tale. And this is from our #1 fan from Belfast, the Belfast Viking, Martin Brown.
Hi, Martin.
Hello, Martin. How are you, our
good
friend?
From you.
Over 900.
Oh.
And like 5 celebration medals. Yeah, he's not wearing glasses. So, on to another comment and another new commenter. And this is on an old video called Viking Clothes and Clothing.
All right.
And we will update and do some more content on that subject. And this is from Gearhead1234.
Hi, Gearhead.
How are you? And they say, check out Berg Schneider medieval clothing. Extremely well made and very nice fit. I'm quite impressed with the items I purchased. Nice. Great video, guys. Cheers.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, it's always good to be recommended traders. And I had a little bit of a look. It's kind of generic Viking kit. Just look nicely made. And it's also at a very reasonable price, I thought. For your starter kit, and you don't want to spend loads of money on, buying posh wool and posh linen. Well, it's a great start.
If you're starting out, doesn't mean to say you're going to stay there, and you don't want to spend a fortune to end up having to get rid of it.
I'm just talking about clothes, a video I'm planning soon. It's going to be a slightly different video. It's going to be how to wash Viking clothes.
Yeah, that'd be
and
interesting.
We'll sit down and talk about it, and then we'll go to we have what you call a utility room here, and we'll go to the utility room, and I'll show you the settings I use on the washer, because I recently just washed Egil's clothes.
Mine's called the kitchen.
Yeah, so I think that could be quite interesting, because we often talk about clothes, but we don't often talk about how do you wash them.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got expensive Viking kit. You don't want to put it in a wash and have it shrink on you. Or worse, your tablet weave to be knackered by your washing machine. So we're going to do that soon. Be very interesting.
Okay.
So I just like to welcome Gearhead to the channel. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, Gearhead.
So we have a comment here from Thomas Dale.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Hello, Thomas.
Hi, Tom.
There seems to be a number of tales about gnomes being good craftsmen compared to some other fae. And we've got a reply comment from Tecto Sagas.
Hi, Tecto.
Hello, Tecto. Hi, Thomas. This is no criticism, but the conflation of mythical creatures is a bit of a thing of mine. Gnomes are circa 16th century invention of a Paracelsus as part of the Renaissance interest in alchemy and magic.
Paracelsus.
Yes, there you go. They have a specific alchemical, yeah, not ever read that word before, magical role. Tonti or Nissi or Tontinessi are from a completely different, much older Scandinavian tradition and meaning. Also, neither of these are fae folk, which again is completely different tradition, in exactly the same way that the Sidhi are nothing like or related to North Elves. Accepted that local names differ for some of these creatures in a given country, and that similar phenomena may have different names, etc., but they're often conflated due to bad translation. Like Tomty, a kind of ancestral spirit of a farmer who first cleared the land and who helped out but gets sniffy when offended. There isn't one word equivalent in English which sums that up. So they get called gnomes, brownies, boggarts, etc. Don't get me started on boggart. This might seem pernickety, but I feel incorrect information ultimately waters down the tradition involved.
Quite right.
Check out this excellent video on the Nessie.
Well,
yeah, excellent comment.
That's what sort of comment we like. I mean, the guy who knows what he's talking about, and it's always, you can never get too much information.
No, he's a fountain of knowledge. Is Tecto.
Thank you for that, Tecto.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Now we have a comment here on the same video, and it's a very quick one. This is Thomas Dale,
Hi,
and
Tom.
it says yay for hashtag Fairy Tale Tuesday.
There you go.
So that's a new group of people that have been sharing our content on a Tuesday. And we put out a folk tale.
Right.
So on the unboxing video where we unboxed a pair of shoes a few weeks back, we have a comment here from Tangerine Layla, the Sleepy Oracle.
Yeah,
hello, Tangy. Lots of hugs.
Yeah, big hug back.
Oh
to
yes, she always sends you hugs.
Yeah, she's.
And he says, "Ooh, no sniffy sniff the shoes. Awesome shoes. They had a nice smell actually." So there you go.
It's a Bragi thing.
Yes. Snoo shifting. It's an old Viking tradition.
Giggity.
Hey, it's better than chucking them at people.
Giggity,
now,
giggity goo.
Yeah, the Martin Brown Belfast Viking.
Hi, Martin.
More and eyes are very good. I have 2. And I just bought new shoes too. Laughed out loud. New shoes?
Alright.
You used to say that at work. I just read the 2 follow-up comments on this. One from Pernilla. They are okay, more and eyes, but I have many here hanging around, for example. I needed a knife to cut something the other day, and the kitchen knife was much better. Overrated, overpriced by Buffcraft Mora twits, I call them. Well, yeah.
You may have a point.
Yeah. And then Martin replies, at Penelia Gustafsson, my work and home kitchen knives are my everyday pocket knife, are Victorinox. So I love Victorinox. Never heard of them.
Yeah, Victorinox. They make Swiss Army knives.
Oh, right. But for the overnight camping in Northern Ireland, where you're not far from anywhere, the Mora knives are cheap, good knives, and I'm not worried about losing.
Talking about knives,
Yes.
have you seen the Knife Angel?
No, what's that? Oh, yes, in Derby.
Yeah, outside Derby Cathedral. It's about 10 foot tall, made up of the knives that have been handed in. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, perhaps if we meet in Derby, we could do a video about it and talk about perhaps just a serious subject about knife crime and how bad these days it is, and how we blame the knife and the knife isn't to blame.
It's the person behind it, but yeah.
I've not seen it yet, but I'm going in Derby tomorrow.
It's right near the door entrance to the, as you can face it, to the right, around the corner.
So we have a comment here from Shamanar.
Hi.
I got to reply to you. I'm very sorry. I've just been so busy the last couple of weeks, and I've had a bad cold and cough as well, so I've been under the weather. I've ordered a pair of nail-bound socks from a lady in Sweden.
Oh, no,
Shoes are still on the list of things I need.
My ex, she made a pair of nail-bending socks.
Something very nice about rubbing your head like that.
For Niall, not for me, mind you.
Indeed.
But it's an amazing piece of work.
And Eirik Rickardson, our Viking brother, says the shoes look very nice. That was a good buy. It was.
Yeah. It's always good to have a good pair of shoes.
And Thomas Dale says, surely a Dane axe is more suitable for cutting into a box. Yes, but it may break the item.
Yeah.
And Thomas Dale says, ooh, a Tinnerman bead video sounds interesting. Yes, one day, I promise I will get that out.
Yeah.
You've heard it first, or maybe not. I think I may have said that before. And Thomas Dale says it's an original Viking cricket box in the box.
All right. Oh, well, there you go.
So, moving on to another video, and this is the Merman of Volgar, an Icelandic story I told recently. And Eirik says, Thakar the Filer, brother of Bragi, for telling a tale from my favourite place in Midgard.
All right.
And I do love an Icelandic story. Very interesting.
I'd love to visit Iceland.
We're going to go one day.
Not the supermarket.
We've got to start saving up so we can buy a beer.
Yeah.
It's very expensive. It's like £10 a beer.
They actually have an official pagan priest. It's government have accepted
Well,
it.
if we do go, we'll have to go to this new temple to Thor.
Yeah, be nice.
Right.
There's one in Newark.
So Thomas Dale says, cue about mermen really being manatees that were seen from distance by hallucinating sailors.
Touch the old Flag Ericsson mead.
And I said in reply to this, either hallucinating sailors or too much grog. All for me grog, me jolly jolly grog. All gone for beer and tobacco, and I spent all my tin down at Southgate drinking gin. And the rest of me is out for better weather. All for my grog, me jolly jolly grog.
He's a little bit nautical. He likes these things.
I love a good chanting.
Oh, matron.
Oh, indeed. Another comment on the same video from Teto Sagas. Well told, Bragi.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, on a very old video, how to wear Viking leg wraps, a chat with Vikings Bragi and Egil. I really must update that title. Adventures with Drain has left a very good video from Survival Russia that demonstrates how they put leg wrappings on, which I've not got to the end of yet.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, the army in Russia, they don't have socks; they have foot cloths.
Yeah.
And it's like a diamond of cloth. They put the foot on it, wrap it round, and lift it up.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. It always struck me as a very difficult way of making a socks easy.
And it's also a very interesting channel with Survival Russia. So, you know, shout out to all of our friends in Russia.
Yeah, that's another country I'd like to visit.
Well, we're going to go there too one day.
I remember Paul Hollywood did one on Russia. Oh man, the food he had out there.
Oh, indeed. Though I don't like vodka.
No, I don't.
It'd have to be flavoured like raspberry or strawberry flavour.
Oh, they've got other stuff out there.
Yeah.
Lovely cream cakes.
Now, we have a comment here on a video, which is one of yours, called Old John and Young John.
Alright.
And English folk tale. And this is from Evil Witch Sure.
Some of my best friends are witches.
Although the witch W bit is actually two V's, so I don't know how you pronounce that. Evil for Witch.
Oh well.
And she says, ha ha ha, I loved it.
Good.
And she also left a very funny comment on Twitter about me at the end talking about the captain's log.
Oh, right.
She found that very amusing.
Well, nice to hear from you, and keep them coming.
And Tangerine says, very cute story. Thank you, dears. Happy autumn equinox.
Yeah.
Because it's been and gone now.
Thank you. Back at you, Tangy.
And Eirik on the same video says, this tale was really needed today.
Yeah.
So some days you needed a good tale to get you through your day.
Well, that's it. Bit of fun.
Now on the Mystic Monday mornings, what are ley lines? Yes. Tangerine says, hashtag ley lines. Got me on my knees, ley lines, begging darling please. Ley lines.
Yeah.
Darling, won't you see Won't you ease my worried mind?
Yeah.
What song is that?
That's Layla.
Layla.
Written by Mr. Eric Clapton.
No, Layla was written by Donovan.
Well,
I think, and then it was a cover by them. I'm
I'm
fairly certain of that.
Well, anyway,
I could be wrong.
fantastic record.
Yes.
And a fantastic lady.
Yes, I was wondering what song she was referring to, and now it's so obvious.
Well, she was named after Tangerine Dream
Yeah.
and the song Layla by Derek and the Dominos.
It may have been not written. I've always thought it was written by Donovan, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, well.
So, Thomas Dale says, I have a book on ley lines by Danny Sullivan.
All right.
Well, there you go.
I must admit, I think it's better I come clean now about the ley lines.
Yes, go on.
I said, what was it?
You called him Albert and not Alfred.
It's Alfred, and I got that wrong, so I do apologise here before you all.
Yeah, well, I think in the future, probably next year, we'll redo that video with some proper research.
I tell you what, I'll kick myself. I could have got a first edition ley lines book by Mr. Watkins.
Yes, well, if it was by Albert Watkins, it would have been very rare.
This was by Alfred, and I could have bought it, and I didn't.
I know what's going on here. Is that when you know something is wrong, but you still say it as the wrong thing, even though you know what you're saying is wrong. That's what you got. You got in your mind that it's called Albert, and your mind thinks it's called Albert, but you know in your mind it's called Alfred, but you still want to call him Albert.
It's like, I don't know if you've done this, and I'm sure people out there have. You said something, and in your mind you're saying, why the hell did you say that? That was silly.
Yeah.
And it happens.
Yeah, well, we all make mistakes, really, human, Egil.
Well,
And the thing about making a mistake in a video, the controversial bit is that, well, it could lead to loads of comments, which could be good.
yeah,
So-
well, as I say.
But we do have a comment on this, so I'll read it. It's from Tecto Sagas. My God, it's a long one.
Oops.
Oh,
Okay,
Jesus,
Tecto.
Jesus, folks.
Yeah.
That's the alarm for saying we're running out of time.
All right.
So, right, firstly, the guy's name was Alfred Watkins, not Albert.
Yeah, I've admitted that.
That's the second time you got it wrong in a video. He wrote 2 books in the 1920s.
I didn't know he wrote 2, but
The first being Early British Trackways.
that's the one I...
Note, Trackways.
Yeah.
The next and most famous being The Old Straight Track. Note, track. Mr. W noticed that as he was driving around the countryside, some features in the landscape formed alignments. These could be hills, buildings or whatever. His interpretation of this was that ancient peoples may have used said alignments for navigation across the country. No mysticism required. Mr. W was uncertain of the term ley, as it refers to a cleared space. Forward in the 1960s, the Earth Mysteries movement, is that like now moved on to the Flat Earth movement,
No idea.
resurrected the idea and gave the veneer of mysticism it still has for some.
Yeah.
Authors like T. Weed postulated that lines were guidance for UFOs. Yeah, I've heard that. Jane Mitchell, at the end of the 1960s, wrote View over Atlantis and expanded these and other spurious notions that were never part of Mr. W's ideas. Take a look at the so-called Michael line. I think it stretches right across Europe. Amazing. It looks great on a map of Europe until you look closer and you notice some of the points on the so-called alignments are up to 40 kilometres off. Rubbish. Further check out takeaways on Google Maps. I'll bet you find mystical alignments of kebab shops because that point. Drop a handful of rice on the table, you'll see this straight line alignment. Stand in a high place and you'll see landscape features lining up. Look at a map, ditto. There was the inspiration behind Mr. W's work. For various reasons, he was never really acknowledged by mainstream archaeology, mainly because many of the alignments contained features from different eras, but the whole Earth energy line thing was invented in the 1960s. A really ancient belief system stretching back 60 years.
That's, by the way, thanks for
Yes,
the text.
yeah, it's wonderful.
Ley lines, I honestly don't know whether they are about or not. Like you say, you drop a handful of rice, you get a straight line. But yeah, what do you think out there? I mean, but it can be seen as convincing that there are energy lines, but prove it.
Do they stretch into space?
I don't know. I mean, what purpose do they serve?
As an astronaut being out with some dowsing rods to look for ley lines in space, I doubt it. Hey, it could be a new project from NASA.
It may be an aberration of gravity.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that I think is possibly an answer. I don't know. If you think you've got an idea, drop us a comment. You know, because I'm sorry, I'm hiccuping. Drop us a comment and we'll get back to you.
Yeah. Well, I think that's very interesting and also a fascinating comment to end this comment reading video on.
Thanks, Tecto.
We run out of time slowly. So, yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your wonderful comments, and we will try to catch up and read more of your comments. We're never going to read them all. There's too many of them. So, but we do enjoy reading your comments.
As it says when I was a kid, stay groovy, you crazy guys.
And then in the next comments video, Egil shall be reading them. With glasses. I've got hiccups now, you're giving me hiccups.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye. Oh, what should they do?
Oh.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment. Or you may like to subscribe.
If you're new.
Yeah, whatever, yeah. Check the old subscription bell in the top corner there. Or...
hashtag reading comments.
Yeah.
And above all, if you're a member on Reddit, then share our content on Reddit, because that will really help us to grow.
And if you've enjoyed it, tell a friend.
Indeed.
Or tell several.
All your friends.
But until we meet again,
goodbye.
Bye.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me.